Hey everybody, it's your girl Pajama with Pajama Life with our review of The Fountain of Youth and Presence. Let's go.
And which genius will explain to me why I'm here?
Keep the cat in the bag until I release it. Yeah? Great.
We're looking for the Fountain of Youth.
What did I just say about the cat in the bag?
Cat wasn't happy in the bag.
There's a reason the fountain was hidden. He can't succeed.
So you really think you're gonna find a magic pool of water at the end of this?
I don't know. But I think you want to find out. 5 continents over thousands of years. You coming?
Well, if you're going.
Oh, hey everybody, it's your girl Pajama. And with my Wonder Twin, other one.
No, on mine it's this way.
No, it's this way.
It really is this way on mine. It's so funny.
It really is this way. Anywho, David, say hey to the people.
Hey, everybody. Great to be with you in this kind of a special edition episode. I'm excited to talk about these programs. Great to be with you. Hope the summer is kicking in for you and you're getting ready for some vacation time or some pool time. And when you're not outside enjoying the sun, you're watching some fun stuff with us.
Yeah, so first up is Fountain of Youth. What did you think, David?
I would have thought we would have seen Jim from The Office, Queen Amidala, and General Hux all in the same flick with Stanley Tucci, who's too famous to even just identify with one character. A fun, rousing kind of bubblegum night at the movies. Harkens to the adventure stories of certainly not in the Raiders of the Lost Ark level by any means, but in that same spirit of adventure. Maybe the Alan Quartermain film with whatever that was back in the 80s trying to.
Oh my God, not Richard Chamberlain.
The Richard Chamberlain version.
Oh my God.
Deep old man cut. It was a cute movie. I was great. In all honesty, it's very nice to see Natalie Portman back in a role. Haven't seen her for a little while, and she's such a wonderful actress. It was nice. Was it a great movie? No, but it was a good summer flick just to kind of enjoy, especially watching it from a streaming perspective. So I'm going to give it like a B, maybe, yeah, right there, B minus B. Fun little flick, neat to see, a little predictable, but still leaves a smile on your face. What about you?
This is really awful.
Awful. Okay, I said B minus and you got awful.
Yeah, it's something soulless. Like somebody sucked out the soul of it. And it was just kind of empty. Like eating a whole thing of like candy.
Careful.
Like popcorn-sized bowl of candy. And
I didn't know where you were going with that metaphor or analogy.
Yeah, it's just kind of like, that's how you feel about it after. But now, it should have had everything going for it. You've got, what's his name from The Office? Yeah. You've got Isa Gonzalez from the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, which I loved her in. Yeah. You've got Stanley Tucci. You've got the sets and sites. It looks beautiful. I agree. It's got Guy Ritchie as a director, and I just can't figure out why it was so empty. It was just empty.
Let me ask you this too, with that emptiness, because there was definitely something missing. Obviously, we had a little bit of the spark of romance with Jim from The Office and the ungentlemanly lady in there, those people. But the fact that you had Natalie Portman and
as his sister, and that was
right.
It was a weird relationship. I don't know.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, the siblings in a role, it's just a weird dynamic
Yeah, it was
to lead
weird.
a show.
And then they had the kid in there, and I'm like, who brings a kid to a terrifying, experience like this? And I was like, huh? You gonna bring your kid and dump him in a Egyptian tomb? A tomb, bitch? A tomb?
A tomb.
I was like, oh my God, worst parenting ever. And Donald Gleason, I love him. I didn't even really recognize him. He changes his look so much from movie to movie. General Hux, and then he's, this great movie, The Kitchen, and then he's somewhere else.
Yeah.
I mean, and I'm just like, all this star power, why do it feel so empty and cold, even though it was in the Sahara Desert? Yeah, you know what I mean?
It was kind of a fill in the blank on a movie script. I mean, this script could have been floating around.
Maybe AI
since
wrote
the
it.
mid-80s.
Maybe that's it. Maybe AI wrote it because it didn't have that snap, crackle, pop, and it just kind of felt like somebody went, give me an adventure movie about the Fountain of Youth and pyramids.
Formulaic with like a G to PG level of violence.
Yeah, and I think it was Skydance, Tom Cruise's company, Scientology. Oh. And so you get no like sex in those movies, or no like hot hot heat kind of romance stuff. So it's something the whole family can watch. It is kind of like a Saturday matinee kind of movie. I would give it a C+, B-, if I'm generous. Yeah. Simply because of the look of it. Guy Ritchie has done some amazing. I love him. This is a miss. But I feel like at other times, even a miss from Guy Ritchie is still better than a lot of people out there. But he could do better. So
you're a big fan of Guy Ritchie. I mean, that's very evident in these shows. I'm not, and I probably liked his. I didn't really fall asleep in this one, and sometimes I will fall asleep in his stuff.
I did.
That's funny.
I literally was like, okay. Okay. What happened? Shouldn't be doing that in an adventure flick. So it's a meh for me.
Yeah. A meh for me. A meh for pajama.
Yeah.
All right. So what now? If that one gives you a meh, I can't wait to find out whether you were gonna go and scared or what the reaction is for the next one we're gonna be talking about.
The next one is the Steven Soderbergh horror ghost flick Presence. Let's take a look.
What's it like?
What's what like?
I never had anybody die.
Scary. And it goes on.
What do you mean?
Like the world cracks apart. You fall into this hole and you can't get out.
In honor of Pride Month, I'm going to go back to the In Living Color skit of the two movie reviewers. Hated it. This was terrible. I was like, I think I love Steven Soderbergh. I mean, Sex Lies Videotape. One of his best was Out of Sight. Just side effects. I mean, this guy, The Girlfriend Experience, I don't know about, but he does some great work.
Yeah.
This one, the pacing was so laborious. Oh my goodness. It was like, and these single camera shots, kind of like in Adolescence, but I felt like they did it better in Adolescence. This was like somebody's iPhone and they were just moving it along the shots. And I was kind of like, what? Speed it up. Let's get some kind of something. And I know it's supposed to be a slow burn, but at some point you got to get some flames going before the last 5-10 minutes now. And that's what it was like. Boring. Super action. It's over with a weird ending. And so, and I don't know, maybe it's this generation of kids, but the way they talked to their parents was insane. And I just could not get through that. And Lucy Liu's character was a whole bunch of mess. She was a terrible parent. So it was, in addition to being dark, and then you got this family. It was a mess. I couldn't make heads or tails of it half the time, especially the very end. Child, it's a miss for me. What you saying, David?
You know, I am a little surprised. I think I actually like this a little more than you. The point of view here, very reminiscent of the beginning of the great Humphrey Bogart classic Dark Passage, where the characters were speaking to him directly to him. So the audience was in that role. And so I think, and there was a little bit, we've seen the things with the video cameras and the Blair Witch, and there's a little bit of that, but it's more like Dark Passage because we're all watching it from the point of view of the presence. I give that a level of creativity in that. And the fact that we're seeing kind of the humdrum aspect of these very imperfect characters. And I think there's a bit of a character study. And again, we've seen a lot of those things more in comedies, but we've seen them in, these mockumentaries and things. So it was channeling some of that. I gave it some credit for that. Definitely the kids just in general speak to the parents in a terrible way. That is true. And it's one of the reasons why conservatives are so conservative right now. And we're seeing the pendulum swing from the middle to the left to my right, just in case, depending on how the camera's angling that. But I did think it was a neat story in that. I thought there was some anxiety and the fear and the things. We're seeing the eeriness of books moving and things falling as the presence is trying to be a hero or heroine and save.
But here's the funny part. You said the book's moving.
Yeah.
When the presence straightened up her room, that was hilarious to me. I was like, the presence doesn't like a messy teenager. So
I ain't gonna lie, I thought, man, that'd be all right.
That'd be all right. If all the presence did was kind of clean up my house, I'd be like, thanks, presence.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Like
David.
a Roomba. An ethereal Roomba. No, so, this isn't one. This is one of the, I'm contractually obligated based on my very high NIL deal with this program to watch this. I wouldn't have picked it if it wasn't for that. But
I just picked it because of Steven Soderbergh, and I just love him. But
but he let you down this time.
He did.
But again, I think from an artistic standpoint, there was really some merit here as a story. Not really there. Maybe something you'd watch as you're getting ready for Halloween because of the ghost angles and that. But I think there is something to be said from an artistic aspect of filmmaking. I appreciate that, where the story and that is missing for me.
Yeah. Just a blank kind of mess.
So we got a formula, and a blank mess.
Yeah.
Nice shows. All right.
All right. Well, that takes us to the end. David, say goodnight to the people.
Well, hey, everybody, thanks for joining us tonight. It's so glad you could be with us. Keep watching things. And hey, it is the summer. We know where there are things that we want to watch, but what would you want us to watch? And we can talk about things that you like, things that you hate, things you'll think will create some anger and intensity between those of us who are doing the program. We'd love to hear from you on that. So let us know. In the meantime, have a great, great June. Surf's
And
up.
we're going to be doing this at least once a month. We're going to the movies. And so next week, we will review Ballerina from the world of John Wick and Karate Kid's Legend. Ha ha.
All right. Bring
So
your tutus and be ready to wax on and wax off.
Yeah. So definitely come back and see us next week and take care. Bye.